Hi friends, it's Miss Stormy. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's day is going well. I wanted to do a quick circle time with you, get started with the day, do a little sight word review, and then maybe read a quick story. So let's get started. Where I'm at, it is partly sunny. What's the weather like by you? We're still in the season of spring. Like I said earlier, today is Wednesday. The month is April, the day is 8, and the year is 2020. So Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. Sorry if I seem a little bit nervous right before I get started with this. Outside my patio, like right back there, there is a snake. And everybody who, knows me that I am petrified of lizards and snakes and frogs, anything reptilian or amphibious. I don't want to hurt them. I'm just afraid of them. So if I seem a little scared, it's because I am. It's okay to be scared, right? So I'm just gonna keep on doing it. So let's get started with our word of the day. Word of the day, N-O. There was a sight word of the day, and no was our sight word. N-O, sing it with me. N-O, N-O, and no was our sight word. Please practice the word no. Unless, of course, your mom and dad are asking you to do something and then you say, yes, Y-E-S, yes. So that's our sight word. We did our calendar. I figured I would read a story. So this is by the author, Leo Lionni. The title of the book is Alexander and the Wind-Up Mouse. This also got a Caldecott honor. Very impressive. This is the front cover. This is the back cover. This is the spine that holds all those pages together. Let's get reading. Alexander and the Wind-Up Mouse. Move you guys a little closer so you can see. Can everybody see okay? Help, help, a mouse! There was a scream, then a crash. Cups, saucers, and spoons were flying in all directions. Alexander ran for his hole as fast as his little legs would carry him. All Alexander wanted was a few crumbs, and yet every time they saw him, they would scream for help or chase him with a broom. One day, when there was no one in the house, Alexander heard a squeak in Annie's room. He sneaked in, and what did he see? Another mouse. But not an ordinary mouse like himself. Instead of legs, it had two little wheels, and on its back there was a key. "Who are you?" asked Alexander. "I am Willie, the wind-up mouse, Annie's favorite toy. They wind me to make me run around in circles, they cuddle me, and at night I sleep on a soft white pillow between the doll and a woolly teddy bear. Everyone loves me." "They don't care much for me," said Alexander sadly, but he was happy to have found a friend. "Let's go to the kitchen and look for crumbs," he said. "Oh, I can't wait," said Willie. "I can only move when they wind me." He said, "Oh, I can't," said Willie. "I can only move when they wind me. But I don't mind. Everybody loves me." Mr. Snake, stay where you were. Alexander, too, came to love Willie. He went to visit him whenever he could. He told him of his adventures with brooms, flying saucers, and mouse traps. Willie talked about the penguin, the woolly bear, and mostly about Annie. The two friends spent many happy hours together. But when he was alone in the dark of his hideout, Alexander thought of Willie with envy. Envy is another word for jealous. He sighed, "Why can't I be a wind-up mouse like Willie and be cuddled and loved?" He's wondering why everyone's afraid of him. Kind of like how I'm afraid of that snake, right? Maybe the snake is in my bushes wondering, why is everyone afraid of me? One day, Willie told a strange story. I've heard, he whispered mysteriously, that in the garden at the end of the pebble path, close to the blackberry bush, there lives a magic lizard who can change one animal into another. Do you mean, said Alexander, that he could change me into a wind-up mouse, like you? That very afternoon, Alexander went into the garden and ran to the end of the path. Lizard, lizard, he whispered, and suddenly there stood before him, full of the colors of flowers and butterflies, a large lizard. Is it true that you could change me into a wind-up mouse? Asked Alexander in a quivering voice. When the moon is round, said the lizard, bring me a purple pebble. What letter does purple and pebble begin with? P. For days and days, Alexander searched the garden for a purple pebble. In vain. That means he couldn't find one. He found yellow pebbles and blue pebbles and green pebbles, but not one tiny purple pebble. How do you think he's feeling? Probably pretty sad or frustrated. At last, tired and hungry, he returned to the house. In a corner of the pantry, he saw a box full of old toys, and there, between blocks and broken dolls, was Willie. What happened? Said Alexander, surprised. Willie told him a sad story. It had been Annie's birthday. There had been a party, and everyone had brought a gift. The next day, Willie sighed, many of the old toys were dumped in this box. We will all be thrown away. This sounds a lot like Toy Story, doesn't it? Alexander was almost in tears. Poor, poor Willie, he thought. But then suddenly something caught his eye. Could it really be? Yes, it was. It was a little purple pebble. Sorry, something popped up on my phone. Do you see that? Oh, I see it. The little purple pebble. All excited, he ran to the garden, the precious pebble tight in his arms. There was a full moon. Did you guys see the full moon last night? The big pink super moon? Oh, it was so big. Out of breath, Alexander stopped near the blackberry bush. Lizard, lizard, in the bush, he called quickly. The leaves rustled, and there stood the lizard. The moon is round, the pebble found, said the lizard. Who or what do you wish to be? I want to be... Alexander stopped. Then suddenly he said, Lizard, lizard, could you change Willie into a mouse like me? The lizard blinked. There was a blinding light, and then all was quiet. The purple pebble was gone. What do you think's gonna happen? Alexander ran back to the house as fast as he could. The box was there, but alas, it was empty. Too late, he thought, and with a heavy heart he went to his hole in the baseboard. Something squeaked. Cautiously, Alexander moved closer to the hole. There was a mouse inside. Who are you? Said Alexander, a little frightened. My name is Willie, said the mouse. Willie, cried Alexander, the lizard. The lizard did it. He hugged Willie, and then they ran to the garden path, and there they danced until dawn. That means when the sun comes up. So, I like that story. Did you like it? It's pretty good. At first, Alexander wanted to be just like Willie, because everybody loves Willie. But Willie was a toy. And then, as a little kid, sometimes we play with toys for a little bit, but then we get tired of them and we want to get rid of them and get new toys and get new toys. So the old toys can get forgotten about, and that's what was happening to Willie. He got forgotten about. They were going to throw him away. And Alexander instead of wishing to become Willie like he originally wanted to, he decided he would help his friend Willie from being thrown in the trash, and he wished that Willie could be a real mouse like him. He gave something nice to Willie, sharing, doing good for others, being kind. That's what we should always try to do every single day. What are you going to do today to be kind? It could be something small, it could be something big. Every day, try a little kindness. Be kind. So important. But I hope you like the story and the quick little circle time. I love you all very much. And I will try to see if I can do more videos of some other activities today, and maybe continue on with my Vincent van Gogh sunflower painting. If you guys watched my video from yesterday, I started to practice sketching sunflowers in a vase by Vincent van Gogh. So maybe I'll continue with that later. But again, I love you all. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.